day, bro. Track 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 day, bro. Ooh. Headlights go. Track day, bro. 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 Track day, bro.
Got set the tires, bro. Yokohama, bro. Super coil. Coming, bro. Come and get a road walk. Got some Hoosiers for the track day, bro.
Hoosiers, cool.
Gonna tear it up. Left foot.
Ready, bro. Bro, you up for a time attack? Where's my stopwatch? Time attack, bro.
Cargo seats, bro.
Touring cars, bro. Roll cage, bro.
Engineering rack is so tight. $12,000 engine rebuild, bro.
Bro, going to track day?
Track day, bro. 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 Drifting! Track day, bro. 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 Track day, bro.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the third race of the Bavarian Racing Challenge 1976 editions. This is Norman Boxer speaking, and along with me we have a lot of other people. Guys, present yourselves.
Hello guys, this is Pirlik speaking.
Hi, here's the buyer.
Hello, folks. It's Kay Leonardo.
Hello, I'm Leo.
And before going to check this marvelous track, Kyle have a roundup of the last race. So let's go.
The BRC season continued to keep spectators on the edge of their seats, despite the skies opening up and releasing a torrent of rain. The fans could not be dissuaded to stay away as the battle of the BRC forged on at Diepholz. The slippery track conditions and the fierce competition put on a fantastic display of driving skills and blunders alike. At the front of the field, it was one team that got their weather predictions correct and ran away. Marat and his team outsmarted the racing gods with their tire selection, perfected their pit strategy, and pulled away to a predominant lead. As it turned out, the second race of the BRC would be decided in the pits. Several other competitors also put on valiant displays of efforts in an attempt to pull in as many points as possible. Some drivers managed to string together phenomenal days with good track position, but began to struggle at the end as a soaked track caused drivers to lose grip and be incapable of making the most of their car's power. Other drivers just could not handle the moisture on the track surfaces and suffered accidents and errors leading to slow and damaged cars. The conditions became so hard that one driver morphed each turn into a spectacle of sideways driving one would consider more appropriate for Formula Drift rather than the BRC. Today, the BRC sets its sight on the non-permanent street circuit of the Norisring, a 2.3 kilometer track that is all about acceleration. Today, the forecast looks dry, and the competitors look set to be able to make the most out of their tires and every ounce of fuel. The Bob Wiley, Howler Automotive, Absurdist, Leo 9613, Mad MR2, Troller Coaster, Marat, Critical Set 9849, Marcus 817, and Mr. Chips all sit atop of the grid as we prepare to take the green flag in this all-out battle of horsepower. We are mere moments away from taking the green flag in what is sure to be one of the most competitive races in the BRC season. The uncertainty of weather may be absent, but the uncertainty of racing remains. Get ready for 93 laps of racing from the south of Germany, coming at you live right now.
Thanks, Kyle. And now, so Roland, this time Kyle seems to have tell everything about the truck, so I don't think you have to open the Wikipedia page.
Well, but I won't open the Wikipedia page. I have something completely different. Live recorded from the track, we have a video from the onboard camera of a car from this season. I don't know which car it is, but I think people will get the idea which car it could be. But enough of it. Let's roll the video.
Oh, so what we're looking at?
We're going down the main straight and braking hard into the Grundig Kehre, which is a first gear corner and the best possibility for overtaking.
Now we are approaching the Scholler S. This is not a high-speed corner because of the short straight, but now comes the Zeppelinstraße straight. After which comes the most important corner, which, like the buy will tell us now.
Yeah, it's again is a very slow corner and it leads onto the main straight already. And we're now approaching start-finish straight again, and each tenth of a second you lose in the corner will add up to a lot more down the long straight.
Okay, so Nice, very, very nice view of the track. So now everybody will have a perfect idea of what their cars are facing. And so, about what car have to face. How is the situation for the qualifications?
Well, the situation is interesting. Let's take a look at the results, which are hidden right now for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be like a small bug, which is resolved
Okay.
now.
I see.
Okay, here are the qualification results of the race. I would say the Bob Wiley is quite far ahead of everyone in this race, probably thanks to his high top speed car and good cornering, I think. Okay, but on the first place we have the Bob Wiley with 54 seconds and 98. On second place Howler Automotive with 55 seconds 29. Close behind we have Absurdist with 55 seconds 45. And really close behind we have Leo 96.13 with just 0.05 of a second behind him.
But MR2 is also very close to the people, to the ones in front of him, and then we have a larger gap. And the runner-ups are Roller Coaster, Merit, Critical Set, Marcus, and Mr. Chips.
And then, just like previous races, we have a giant block of people in the late 56 seconds and then all the way through 57 seconds. So the midfield pack is going to be crowded.
It indeed will be, and well, we have two people even on the same times, like it's Marcus 817 and Mr. Chips running basically the same times. Of course, only when with an empty fuel tank and fresh set of tires.
Well, it happens also with Frankenstein, 57 seconds dead, and RC Racer 11M, and also happened to CW Rules and Vieran with 57.07. Yeah, this truck is small, the cars are very similar performance, and this happens.
This will be a very interesting track in terms of performance. Well, interesting in quotation marks, because it will be a high-speed track, yes. The slow cars will be far behind, but we will have battles in the front with the very fast cars.
So, do we have the top 10 Trump cars, just to take a look at the cars?
We have them right here. And it's the usual constellation, so there is not a lot of change here.
Indeed.
But what can we see? Why did the Bob Wiley run so far away from Howler Automotive? It could be the 60 horsepower more. It could be slightly better cornering.
Better top speeds in general.
And yes, it could be a better top speed, which indicates for a higher gearing. Well,
And we have our anyway. We have very powerful cars from the start to the end. At
Very
least in these top
powerful.
10s, we have from 644 horsepower of Roller Coaster down to the mere
438 of critical set.
yes, exactly.
So we have a huge horsepower gap here. And what makes me wonder is Roller Coaster with a 644 horsepower car did not manage to go into first place, because it would be perfect in this track, because it has all the acceleration and all the speed.
But he's very slow up to 100 kph, so maybe his first gear is just too long.
Possibly, which makes horrifying with the combined with the horrifying turbo lag. That's pretty much his
Yeah.
issue in the corners. What else can we say about the cars?
Well, we can just but the cars doesn't seems the cornering make a very big difference, because we see no at the end.
We see every kind of cornering stats here, but not the ones that will make you say, yeah, that's a big difference. What is the difference in here is, though, we have only what I think is two naturally aspirated engines, which
Some
is
turbo mix.
Merit's 4.2 liter flat plane V8 and Marcus 817's 4.2 liter crossplane V8. And the rest
And we
is
have-
all turbo.
And we have one car on sports tires already in the top 10.
Yeah,
That's
the
true
10th.
as well. It's Mr. Chips running on
The
sports
Chips.
tires. So we have a pretty nice top 10 mix. Yes, it's all focused on top speed and high speed. But in terms of engines and tires, we have both possibilities in. So, but I would say enough of talking. It's time for the race, isn't it?
You're going to turn the key
Of course I will. I
for
will
the
turn.
traffic lights.
I will turn the traffic lights. First, we will have a small look at this nice illustration of the cars. And then we will go on to the race. And we are on the
Lights.
track.
The grid is set and the engines are running. Lights are solid red.
It's solid red light. And
And
green
they're
light.
off.
Go, go, go. The race is off.
Although Automotive takes over the lead from the Bob Wiley.
A lot of overtaking in the middle. We are thereby gaining 4 positions.
Critical
Right on
set
the
dropped
start.
4.
And we are after the Scholler S, and it's now flat out for a lot of people here.
And we had not a
approaching
single crash into
speeds.
the first corners.
We're approaching speeds of 210 kilometers
Now we're
kilometers an
coming
hour
in
on the
main
back
straight.
stretch.
Also fail, gain 4 position. Average
Top
is
speed
32 positions.
293 kilometers per hour.
Bike roller coaster.
Of
Insane
course.
top speeds, insane.
And he overtake everybody in the main,
Well,
main straight.
he overtake everyone in his front rush on the main straight, obviously.
The gap was nothing at the start finish line.
Yes, and
see
he
the
is storming off with his 644 horsepower engine. It's already on a 1 second gap. And we have a mechanical
Crash.
failure between Critical Set and Mr. Chips. Critical Set is out. And another crash. Kyle, your car is
Oh.
crashed.
Oh,
And we have a safety car.
the safety car.
After
Safety car's
3
out.
minutes of race, we have a safety car.
It's the first.
124% damage for my car and a 63.8 Pesky. That was a big hit.
It was a very big hit. That means now we have a safety car out and the whole grid will basically be compressed.
I noticed a new graph underneath the
Yes.
circuit. Which is that? Can you explain for us?
This is the gap graph. As you can see, the gaps between the cars, they are changing dynamically. Like you can see, Mr. Chip is out of the pits now, and he will chase up to the whole pack, and we'll see how his car will get closer and closer.
Oh, interesting. Very cool.
So we have about 3 minutes of safety car time, right?
I think it's around two laps.
Okay.
Can the buyer confirm this?
3 minutes, yeah. Then. So it's maybe 2 laps, yeah.
So yes, Mr. Chips had the time to repair and
Yes, he had
Close
the
the gap.
time
Everybody
to
had.
repair, and he has a chance now to get back on track. But will it help? The safety car will going to the corner after the Lutzenteich corner.
into the pit.
Safety car is in the pits,
And
the race is on again.
back racing.
Safety car in the first 5 minutes of the race. That's unfortunate.
Look at the tank of roller coaster.
His tank is emptying in a very fast rate. He has to refuel soon.
Yeah.
And we have a tight pack again. The dices are rolled new, I would say. And again, a tiny crash. What is this? Is this Destruction Derby?
Maybe they've saved for a lot of time. And
Maybe the anger of the drivers was saved until now. Now the drivers are all angry and going for crashes. And again, we have Turtle Coaster always building up huge amounts of gaps on the main straights, but losing on the corners.
Mr. Chips already in 38th position.
Yes, he was catching up due to the safety car phase. He had luck, actually.
The roller coaster, for once, has finally gotten out front, and he has the opportunity to make himself a little breathing room. The question is will it be enough by the time he exhausts the remaining 36 kilograms of fuel?
You mean 35 kilograms by now?
You mean 34 kilograms by now?
And P-Boy is starting his weird adventures again.
Session again.
23% damage drift on that one.
Probably hit the wall outside the chalet.
Yes, it's a very tight track, so he has to pay attention on his drifting. I mean, he cannot just carelessly drift on this track.
Yeah, you can't kick the ass out here.
And Troller Coaster already having a 3-second gap.
The SUVs went off the track there for a minute.
Well, did they have to try how they Jesus Christ, these people. Maybe the SUV wanted to try the off-road capabilities, you don't know.
Their brakes are probably not working too well at a track like this.
Maybe not, because we have all tarmac all around the track.
It could just be hopping up onto the sidewalk like we saw in the video, taking that really wide line.
In a way, the gap doesn't seem huge. It's 2.3 seconds between Troller Coaster and Bob Wiley, and it's closing.
It's actually, yes, it is. But he's
maybe he's not going to...
And a big crash!
Another
the safety car is out.
Wow.
And the safety car is a
And he hit the wall.
Steel.
Well, if steel hits the wall, you know it's not good.
Well, that's 2 driver errors in a row. He had one just before that as we were talking, and I guess he put it right into the wall.
Maybe he hit the inside of the...
And Troller Coaster takes a chance for refueling.
Of course.
Well, now's the time to do it.
Why not?
And he should...
Of course, this could be bad. The whole field is going to get a chance to roll on by him here.
But he will have a full tank after the safety car phase, and you know, that can save his ass.
Now the question is how far is he going to drop? He's already down 17 positions, if not more.
6 places, 7 places down. He's on 23rd position.
He's going to recover in the first straight. As soon as the safety cars go out, it will overtake like 10 people.
Yeah.
So
that's our second safety car phase. Jesus.
Even because with the safety car, all the cars will be close to each other, so you just have to, on the overtaking lane, put down the pedal on the metal and overtake like 25 people.
And hope the turbo lag will ease up early enough.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. There's no press safety cars in use again.
It's not a snowpress, it's a Urlaro, but...
Pardon me, but it's based on the snowpress.
Same industrial group, I understand.
And we're only 12 laps into this race. I mean,
and do you
have plenty of time to go.
And do you know why they choose a snowpress safety car? Because it's slow at 7 speed.
Which also means if it can't break down because it's so slow, it won't break.
Of course.
But actually, why do they choose a car that breaks in 1966 for a safety car? Isn't that a bit unsafe?
Yeah, it's a bit risky. That's true.
Why did they choose a rover?
Would we need a safety car for the safety car?
Maybe.
What?
But the safety car is in the pits now. It's full throttle for everyone.
And let's see Roller Coaster 1,
Roller coaster racing.
He's already up
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
7, 8.
He's in top 10
He's already
now.
into the top 15.
He is in the top.
That's it.
We should have turned off auto scroll.
We will see
Just
now.
scroll up, then we'll just
Now comes the top 1. He's not first. He's not second.
Not second.
He's not
For now.
third. Fourth. But Leo is in third now. But he's 7th.
He's 7.
What?
In less than 1 lap, he gained.
And he will gain
positions.
even more. Oh man.
Wait,
Up to
look at
3rd.
this.
Oh, he's already first.
He's up to
It's
3rd
unbelievable
diving into
crash.
turn 1.
No one, but
And we have a tiny crash. It's RC Racer against Puffster. Probably in the they were surprised by truck was blazing by and like went mad.
Well, Leo fought Roller Coaster off in the corners there, but it's not enough. He's up to 2nd.
ooh,
And also
small
Matt,
crash
Emma 2
between
and
Mara.
Merritt are so confused of Trollercoaster's performance.
I just don't quite understand how
And he's
he's
first.
so
Roller
much
Coaster
faster
in the
right
lead.
now. How Roller Coaster is so fast right now, and he wasn't like he was 6th, I guess, in the qualifying. What could explain this difference?
a bit of it could come from that he has the highest power car and doesn't suffer from fuel load as much as the others do, and his car gets lighter earlier compared to the others. So
The extra fuel weight might actually be helping with his grip levels.
or that, yeah.
Also, he has
Look,
now
P-Boy, look at P-Boy tires. We had like 4 or 5 laps with maybe 6 laps with the safety car, and in 10 laps he was already able to destroy the tires.
by a massive ratio actually. They are 20% worn. Also, Trollercoaster has the benefit now of having a fresh set of tires.
And his closest competitor, the Bob Wiley, he's got 14% wear on the rears. There's a lot of wheel spin going on
And
here.
talking about P-Boy, he's doing it again.
There's another 27% of damage for that car.
But the question is, will he crash in a similar fashion like Steel? No,
No,
but
it's
we have
crash.
Rezo crashing into AK ammo for some reason. And episode is into Matt Emma too.
A lot of the front runners are getting into some wrecks here.
Yeah, some minor dents.
Just a small dents.
P-Boy is in the pit, repairing the cars, and maybe they will change the tires, but maybe.
And we have still some grey van in the first lap.
Oh,
Absurdist and Mad at
Oh,
Mark
no.
2 again.
Absurdist
now it's
is...
start to getting personal.
This is
Absurdist
a big one.
Yeah,
one.
Absurdist is taking it really personal now.
Yeah, P-Boy didn't change the tires. He really likes to run them.
He just went in for repairs, not for tires.
Yeah, he said, I'm giving you fun, don't care about the tires. Just repair the car, come on. Okay.
Trollercoaster now having a 5-second gap to the Bob Wiley.
There's a big pressure, no, not much big now, between Metamartu and Matti. Matti is probably pressing on Metamartu to overtake him. Now the cars also are damaged.
Also, Mr. Chips is in 14th position now. He managed
Although
he managed to go quite far again.
Yeah, not quick as Roller Coaster, but
Well, in comparison, Leo in the last race was quite fast into the top 10 again after his small dent. And it was even without a safety car face last race.
ooh, Pirlix, your driver is really under pressure by Norman Vauxhall.
Yeah, maybe Norman Vauxhall will crash into my car,
Now, you just make a mistakes and crash out.
into your car.
No, just please.
Oh, we have a car stopped on the track. Squidhead. Oh, he's in the pits. Never mind. Never mind. I just saw the 0. I didn't see that his name was orange.
You just saw him slowing down a lot.
There are a lot of planned pit stop,
Yes.
but we are just a quarter of the race.
Well, some people are going for the 3-stop strategy by the looks of it.
3 to 4 stops, yes. But we, according to my data, Roller Coaster has to go into the pits soon, as does the Bavarian.
This could work out for the roller coaster car. If everybody else pits when he pits, that's a whole cycle that he gains. That safety car really helped him out.
Yes. Without the safety car, it probably will be very, very much complicated to overtake all those people so quickly.
But we all
And now
know
he has a gap.
we all know he will like fail on his third or fourth pit stop because he will need to stop a lot. And my
Just
driver
most of
is
his-
so highly pressured.
Just, you know also why, because he's driving a front-wheel drive car and you have all the pressure that, oh god, I'm driving a front-wheel, oh, overtaken.
Everyone will
Now
not like
it's
you.
your turn to put pressure on my driver.
Of course, he will. I will put pressure because your driver is driving a rear-wheel drive rear-engine car.
And also because my car is trying to overtake Lord Red because it's a personal thing.
And we have a medium-sized crash between 8BS and Puffster.
Yeah, some suspension got banded there, I think.
Yes, which means he has to go into the pits and has to fix his suspension, else he will have problems in the corners.
Absolutely.
And again, P-Boy is doing his drifting
That
with
was
his
a big
30%
accident.
tires.
Roller coaster on
Roller
the pits
Coaster
as
is
well.
pitting.
Again.
Roller coaster on the pit, and now we will see how many.
He has to take on 70 liters of 70 kilograms of fuel. So
Takes time.
it takes a lot of time.
11, 13,
15,
He's
16,
full.
17. 30-second pit stops. Wow.
Yeah,
He's
gonna
behind the.
rejoin.
probably it will be quicker to change the fuel tank.
Yeah,
Open
bolt in, bolt out, done.
Yes. Swap the tanks and go on.
Also, a question: if Rezo is in the audience, Rezo, your car has 30% damage. Why isn't it pitting for repair? Is there some kind of strategy, or is it a mistaken strategy because it could hurt your
The
performance?
Bavarian and Howler Automotive go both in pit.
So this is
No,
going to
yeah,
help
Merit
roller
at
coaster out.
Marat now is in first place, right?
And wow, that's a huge crush. 0%.
0%.
This doesn't worth mentioning. None, neither. Anyway.
Austro
Are we sure they touched?
had a long pit stop. And
P-Boy
P-Boy
again.
is doing his drifts. He's having a deja vu
Ooh,
again.
this crash
Ooh,
is,
there's another one.
yeah, more.
Absurdist just crashed for the third time again.
Absurdist is really angry at the moment.
He has 22% damage currently.
I guess that's just from that wreck alone. It's certainly not helping his day having to go into the pit so frequently to try and get
we
that
have
damage
another
taken care of.
crash.
Small one, just a
Small bump.
scratch between CW Rules and Mr. Chips.
And Merat, our front runner of the last race, is back onto the first place.
He's not long for the front though. He's got 17% wear on the rear, 11% on the front. He's got 5% damage, and he's only got 15 kilograms of fuel left.
But his car is quite fuel efficient.
Yeah, I think that probably Frankenstein will lead the race in a few, because the top four will go soon to the pit stop.
Unless there
So
will be a safety
Frankenstein
car.
will have some time to. What? Safety car?
Unless there will be a safety car.
Oh, of course.
Also, I got the notice from Rezo, his car only pits in on planned pit stops and only repairs on planned pit stops.
I see. Okay, my car is already behind Lord Red, pressing the
And
driver.
right behind you is Microwave with his mid-engined pickup.
Really?
Yes, Microwave's
Pretty
car
big error out of Agnew.
is driving a rear-engined pickup. It's based on the Polonaise Stratos platform,
I see.
changed to a pickup model, and with I think a V6 engine in the rear. So it
Mr.
has
Chips is under pressure
potential.
by Veyron.
Roller coaster
Rollercoasters.
back in 5th position. Some data about the car from Microwave. It's a 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6. Because they couldn't fit a V8 in it anymore because, you know, it's a pickup truck. You cannot just fit a V8 in a pickup truck bay. It has disc brakes everywhere. I think it's an interesting car if you want to haul stuff, but not if you want to do racing in it. It's more for sure. Oh, Leo!
Damn it.
Why are you crashing into
Just small
Taekwondo?
one.
That's... Do you want to push him off the track?
Yeah, maybe. Like the 1977 DTM video we saw. People just push each other out of the track.
Because fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it
whatever.
makes fun. It's nice.
They're bumping and banging, and Rubbin is certainly racing today.
So Merat is keeping his first place and the gap doesn't tightening any. So Matt is in second place, 10 seconds behind. In third place we have Air Jordan with 12 seconds behind Merat. And then roller coasters go up and down.
Up,
In fourth
down.
place, up, down, up,
And
down.
P-Boy
Exactly.
doing even more drifts.
Can
That
we
was a
just...
considerable wreck there. Hard into the wall.
It wouldn't be more efficient if we make like him doing some drifting before the race as,
And Merat
you know,
is in the
shows-
pits. Merat is pitting.
Merat in the pits.
Second place. He's dropping considerably. I think he won't drop behind the buyer. Could be a wild
Yeah, he
guess,
will.
I don't know. Oh, the gap was not big enough for him.
Well, if we learned anything about Merat's pit strategy, he definitely has this thing planned out. He'll probably be able to stay out much longer than the cars that have just passed him.
He will stay out for a long time before he gets overtaken, probably. Before
We
he has to
have
repeat
Pirlix
again.
in pit.
Yeah, because front tires need to be changed at some point too.
Of course.
Unless you,
Thermal.
unless you
Another
want to.
driver.
P-Boy.
He just went off the pits and yeah, in the first corner, I will drift.
Why doesn't he just bang on the wall and stop there?
Why doesn't he just crash and cause a safety car?
Yeah. Just crash and stop.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and someone will push him a little too far.
Just crash, cause a safety car, done. Make
Agnew
fun for
again.
everyone.
That's about, I think, the third driver error from the 53 car.
Talking about driver errors, Stume Gaming just made one as well.
A couple of cars just set their fastest laps.
Now the roller coaster is back on top, but he's going
And
to pit soon.
Cobalt Girl is angry at Bebop Boy.
Oh, that's a shame. Cobalt Girl was having a top 40 day in the standings. She was doing quite well.
She's having a really good race again. With her, I think she changed from a V8 overhead valve to an overhead cam.
Progress.
Currently running in 34th position. 33rd, just past P-Bop Boy, actually. She's pretty worn on her tires.
And she's going in the pits, probably for repairs.
Indeed, repairing the car.
TWs gains 2 positions after the pit stop.
To see, people are running with hefty worn tires. Bebop Boy is running with 30% worn tires. Of course, our friend P-Boy, no, he's having nice tires at the moment.
Roller coaster pitting from the lead.
He's pitting
Again.
for fuel again.
And Air Jordan in the 23 car will inherit the lead with a 4.7 second gap over Leo.
Also, it's the top one car now with a V8, V12 naturally aspirated and sports tires. He's not using turbo, he's not using slicks.
Now he's getting to the end of his fuel run as well.
And he is pitting now and getting
Pitting for the
overtaken by
lead.
Leo, who's back into
Leo-
first position.
Leo will
But
probably
in
get
2
his
laps,
turn
he's
and
going
need a
to
lap or
pit
two.
probably. And then our
That'll get
automotive
passed
will
by
be-
Haller Automotive.
I just noticed the car you battled with from Microwave non-voxel is having issues. Microwave is dropping because of his worn front tires, rear tires.
Good.
I wonder when he's trying to pit.
Marcus 817 went in pits also and is losing a lot of...
Also worth a mention, the van from Nerd is not in last position.
Well, there is also P-Boy for the last position on the end. So.
Well, Mr. Drift is of course, and an engine
Oh!
blow up
Wow!
Aaron, he was running
from
in
the
fifth
fifth position.
Place! Damn it!
Fifth
That's
place, and he's
sad.
going to drop. And there's enough laps left in the race. He could wind up in a. He could lose 50 positions because of that.
What a pity.
I think that's
Why
the
Mr.
fourth.
Chip's pit and now he's back, but he's going to recover the position quite soon.
And all the people are distracted by the smoke of the car and making driver errors.
No, it's just P-Boy and Agnew. It's about their fifth comparatively.
He's dropping a lot.
Quidhead is in box in the pit now. Along with
looking at-
Jeff finally is going to change the tire, I hope. No, yeah, it was an AKM will have to pit soon, I hope, for the driver. Another driver error with a big mistake,
Agnew.
with some damage for Agnew.
From Agnew again.
Agnew's made several mistakes. I'm looking at Agnew's car right now. He has a 6.5 liter dual overhead cam 4-valve V12,
Wow.
rear-wheel drive, front engine, 615 horsepower, 676 newton meters of torque. The car has a top speed of 299 kilometers an hour, and the difficulty's not that bad. It's at 1.6.
I wonder why I'm having all these problems.
Now, of course, with that much displacement, the car weighs in at 1,356 kilograms.
Wow. So if this car crashes at a very high speed, it has a chance to make huge damage. Considering the driver
Huge
errors.
driver
Yeah.
error from Robbie the Fiend.
Wow, big one.
Quite a big one, yes.
Well, we have Bob Wiley and Haller Automotive fighting for the lead. They're just head to head. A very exciting battle that we can look at it.
And Minecraft is
Blue
back into
flag.
race with fresh set of tires. And
Agnew
Ooh,
finally
Driver
wrecks
error is
out.
A big one, it just pointed
just
straight at the wall.
below the threshold for the safety car.
99% driver error.
He spin and crash, spin out of the corner and crash in the wall. Hardly enough.
I don't even think he slowed down for that corner.
Yeah, he was arrived too fast. Anyway, bad situation.
I just saw Roller Coaster has massive tire wear. Has he had a driver error or something?
Maybe he didn't
Yes.
even change his tires? I don't know.
I can't understand why you wouldn't change tires if you're taking on 76 kilograms of fuel.
True, but he hasn't come to the front yet because he's just lapping so slowly in relation to all the other cars, of course.
Yeah, that's really hurting him.
AKM really needs to go to the pit.
We talked about him last race. He's about to run out of fuel, but I'm actually curious as to whether or not he's going to change his horribly worn tires.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't like the last race.
I think his threshold was
okay, he's pitting at the
50%.
moment. He's pitting, and we will see if they will change the tires or not. They're repairing the car, but no tire change. Really?
Going to go back out there with 38% on the rear and 35% on the front. Took a full tank of fuel.
Yeah, it's done like that.
And he's going back out on worn tires.
Cringe.
Well, at the front, the Bob Wiley leads Howler Automotive by 1.6. Well, barely any time now. That gap just updated. Howler Automotive's coming for the lead, coming down the front stretch.
They're head-to-head. It's literally
It's 9/100ths of a second. Diving into turn one. It looks like the Bob Wiley barely has the edge. Howler Automotive takes the lead. They're fighting back and forth going into the next chicane. But while they're doing that, Marat is closing in from third. He falls back a little bit on the straightaway, but he's really making it through the corners. The gap is starting to close. It's still the Bob Wiley and Howler Automotive duking it out down the front stretch, nose to nose, coming to take lap 49.
But Howler Automotive now is in the pit. Both in the
They're both in the
pits.
pit. Marat
And
takes the lead.
Take the
Matt
lead.
MR2. Sorry.
No, I think it's Marat.
Sorry,
It is Marat.
69 is, oh come on, 69, really.
A fantastic battle for the lead all the way down into the pits. Howler Automotive looks like he's going to beat Bob Wiley out of pit lane. It'll be interesting to see if those cars catch up to each other again.
Anyway, Marat built really, really great car.
Boy with the drift.
Boy, okay, that's not a big news. And
So now at the
Mama Vox is in
front-
the pit.
But now at the front, we have Marat leading Leo by 24 seconds. Howler Automotive comes back out in third. Matty in fourth. Air Jordan in fifth. The Bob Wiley back to sixth. Frankenstein in seventh. RC Racer 11M in eighth. We have CW Rules just passing Troller Coaster for ninth. And as I said, Troller Coaster rounds out the top 10, who just got overtaken by Mr. Chip. Now in 10th, Troller Coaster 11.
Pitting again.
Hopefully for tires.
Marat is having a really, really good race now.
Roller coaster got new tires this time.
New tires and new fuel, yay!
But now he's a lap down, so I don't think we'll see him be competitive. I don't see him making an entire lap up on the front stretch.
May I ask one thing to Martin?
Yes.
About the bar with all the cars drawing with the gap and everything. It is possible to customize the amount of laps?
Yes, of course.
Because I think for the Nürburgring it will be just one lap. Would
Yeah,
be
yeah, of
enough, I
course.
think.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise everybody will be cramped in the same place. And maybe even half lap.
Well, Leo is closing in on Marat's lead. The lead is down to 19 seconds. It's about 5 seconds from the last time we checked in. Gap staying pretty much the same between second and third, though, as Leo staying comfortably out front of Howler Automotive by about 6 seconds.
Well, Leo is running in almost 1 second faster lap than Marat.
But my car will need to pit again, whereas his won't.
I think his has to pit somewhat soon too. And another drift.
Anyway, at the moment there aren't very much close fight between drivers, because I see that all drivers are almost not under pressure. The only thing I noticed was the incredible high tiredness of P-Boy driver. Look at it! Look at it!
This driver
Could be
is
worse.
super tired of him.
Oh, tiredness. Okay,
Tiredness,
it's awful.
yes.
He got a little bit of a break in the pits, but they're sending him back out in that atrociously handling car.
Maybe he's tired from his tires.
Look at AKMO driver. He has a terrible tires and everything, but it's fine. No problem.
He's just slow. He's not bouncing off the wall every corner. And right out of the pits, 51% damage.
I really hope it doesn't just crash and stop doing this.
Talking
Can
about
someone just
bouncing
sacrifice
off-
their car?
Can someone just make a safety car face for the sake of him not drifting around?
You will be able to drift also with the safety car, I think. You have enough skill now.
Well, in the meantime, Marat has picked up his pace a little bit. He's now only running 0.6 of a second slower than Leo.
Wow, an unplanned pit for Lord fuel.
That's actually quite unplanned because he has a huge fuel tank.
But also, he have worn tires, but I thought probably the best thing was to do a complete pit stop with tires and fuel, but it just refuel the car and stop. Doesn't seem... I wonder how the strategy was.
Maybe the pit crew was sleeping.
We're clear of halfway now. We're actually approaching 2/3 of the way through this race. And another drift.
Maybe his driver likes to drift a lot. Maybe it's Takumi. We don't know.
If it will be Takumi, he should be on first place now.
But then, okay, then it could be Bunta.
Pretty big driver error out of one of our top 10 starters there. Marcus 817. A little bit of damage. He scuffed the wall.
He's down to 18th place. He was in the top 10 in qualifications.
He seems to have a lot of tire wear.
Rizzo ran his fastest lap of the race at 57.9.
Rizzo is picking up his pace.
It better be, he's so
And a
damn low.
drift.
Not very
Benson
much
also
fight
with
at the
his
moment.
fastest lap.
How come people are doing their fastest laps now? In this late, like, progression
Crash
of the race?
tires, lower fuel tanks, don't know.
Also maybe a little more room on the track. They don't have anyone clustered up in front of them.
Also.
Unless someone in the front drifts and makes a small bump against the wall.
Track might
Nevermore
be getting
had a
better,
driver.
might be getting better because there's so much rubber.
Leo
pitting.
finally pits. He abandons the pursuit of Marat, and the gap is now 18.5 seconds back to Haller Automotive. Looks like Haller Automotive is going to be able to stay on the track a little bit longer. And the 77 car and the 90 car of the Bob Wiley are starting to get close to each other again for second place. We go through the field. We have Marat in first, Haller Automotive in second, the Bob Wiley in third, Matty in fourth, Air Jordan in fifth, RC Racer 11M in sixth, Leo in seventh, Mr. Chips in eighth, Absurdist in ninth, and Troller Coaster cracks the top 10 once again.
But for how long is the question?
Couple of laps and then you have to pit again.
This track actually is in his favor because he can just press the throttle fully down and just go.
B-Boy with another horrible wreck.
Also,
pit
P-Boy
again.
lost his complete bumper. Front and rear.
I hope
Needed
he lost
debris
the engine
caution.
soon. But... crash.
I actually wonder when he will cause the next safety car.
Well, he has 72% damage right now, so I either anticipate him hitting the pits or really hitting the wall.
He's in the pits already.
At least his driver can have a rest.
I don't think so. Look at the tiredness anyway. It doesn't drop.
It drops. I mean, he can rest now, like, drink a cup of coffee and then back on the track.
I mean, he may as well go home. His next closest competitor is out of the race.
He is 9 laps down. And
Roland, I
talking
think your car must go in pit soon.
yes, and talking about pits, guess who's in the pits again?
Oh, this time Tyrewire AK Ammo, finally. Oh, you mean Torokos, right? I didn't notice he left the pit. I thought he was there like all the time. But he raced
And another
sometimes.
drift.
Nice.
P-Boy amazes me every single time. He comes out of the pits drift.
Marat, your leader in the pits. Haller Automotive on the front stretch. We're going to have a pass for the lead.
Yes, now Howler Automotive first and...
Marat is on to third now. Can he get out of the pits fast enough? Or will he go in 4th or 5th? It looks
Little
like
bit of
for
a
him
slow
it's
stop
in
there.
4th place.
Yes.
But he's in third back in third.
Now it's a matter of Bob Wiley and Howler Automotive. Bob Wiley will be able to close the gap.
It's a three-way battle for third place there. You've got Marat, Matty, and Air Jordan all within about a second of each other.
Puffster, it's Racer 11M and Matti pit stopping.
And he's like, why is people making so many diverters and so many crashes every single time he comes off the pits?
I imagine how pissed his pit crew must be. They just fix the car, put all the duct tape and send him off, and then he just screws it up again.
I wonder if all the crew members will be bought by other teams for next season because they are so experienced.
So experienced at duct tape.
His pit graph.
Look at the tiredness of the driver. He's going to fall asleep in any moment now. That's why maybe he's making.
Or pass out.
Yeah,
but back at the front.
But look now.
Back at the front, Haller Automotive.
He's getting out of the pits now, Mr. P-Boy Drift Master.
Again.
And will he make a drive
on a wreck it into the second corner.
No, he made the first corner without problems.
Can he make a lap out of the pits without hitting the wall?
But now he managed the second set of corners.
Air Jordan pitting from 5th place.
P-Boy approaching the final stretch. Will he make a lap without making errors?
You're spinning out! No, okay, it's still.
No
errors! It was looking like, come on.
One lap clean.
Maybe his driver came back to mind. Like, okay, now I have to drive properly.
Or maybe he's so tired that he cannot drift anymore.
All that could be. People are already putting out bets who will be in first. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We didn't have to wait long.
It didn't last for long. So, how is it looking? It's the Howler Automotive is really, the Bob Wiley is really close behind Howler, but both have to pit in somewhat soon, which will mean Marat going for first place.
Yes, and Leo probably wouldn't be able to catch up.
I don't know.
The question is can Marat stay out for another 23 laps to just get home with the win?
Yes, I think he can.
But will the others catch him on fresher tires afterwards?
No, look at the time. Look at the best times. Even if they run on their best times, I don't think they made it in time.
I have to say,
Marat has a 12-second gap. 4th.
Marat is running very consistent. He's still driving on the track.
The Bob Wiley is in the pits.
So
And he's
Martin,
setting a World Guinness record for the damage repaired in one race.
probably. So Martin, explain me, how can someone make so many driver errors and not make a fatal crash at some point?
He probably has a very robust car design. I don't know.
Finally
I
did it.
jinxed it. I actually jinxed it.
Finally.
Finally did it. With a whole 10.89% of damage coming on that last wreck, he's finally out of the race.
He crashed in the
Oh,
last
what a
corner
gameplay.
before the pit lane, so it was just about time. Otherwise, he would have repaired his car again.
The thing is, he was steering inside the pit stop, but it take the wall
Yeah.
to get in the pit stop to the back, and the wheel fell out.
Also,
Much damage on
Marat
suspension.
is in first place after the pit stop of Howler Automotive and the Bob Wiley.
The Howler Automotive is 20 seconds and Merit.
We'll have to see what kind of times they're running on their outlap.
Maybe we can stop the auto scroll for a bit. I don't know. We're in the last. Well, 10
It'll
laps,
probably
and then
cycle
we
through
will-
soon.
In the last like 5 or 10 laps.
Yes, okay. Mr. Chips, best lap.
I just thought about it.
45
Even
minutes, please.
if there would be a safety car phase now, there are so many people one lap down. It wouldn't change a thing for them.
Yeah.
Well, it would change a thing for them in their respective bracket, but not within the race.
Well, it certainly wouldn't help Marag. I mean, you'd probably have Howler Automotive and the Bob Wiley fighting it out for the win.
Ultimately, it would hurt him a lot. Also,
Well, let's
we
look at
have
the times here.
Roller Coaster back into 7th place, but he has to refuel soon.
The first car the first car one lap down. But if we look at the times here, it looks like the Bob Wiley is running your fastest laps right now by about a 10th. Problem is he's about 8 seconds back from Howler Automotive. So if those two both get a safety car, get lined up together, and they're pretty similar on tire wear, we could have a fight to the finish.
If the stars align correctly, then yes.
We were missing P-Boy, so Richard 11117.
Yeah,
Makes some
we need a
shows.
replacement for P-Boy now. Now it's Richard 117, but it's not the same.
Roller coaster in the pits.
I thought about it. Well, if you think about it, if Roller Coaster has safety cafes now, and he manages to overtake everyone, he could make it into the top 10.
He's now 2 laps down. He
Yeah,
would
he's
lose,
2
lose
laps
another
down.
lap compared to the people right in front of him. I don't know if he is hoping for safety car now.
Look at P-Boy's poor driver, still super tired.
Gap staying steady between first and second by the looks of it
And
here.
Leo
They're running
is
pretty
pitting.
similar lap times. Oh, there goes that.
I think P-Boy driver is now sleeping on a bed. He's lying down on a bed. I think he started to sleep already.
A hospital
Getting tended
bed.
to by medical personnel. Might be suffering from a concussion or 7.
Or post-traumatic syndrome after driving in that car. Makes sense.
Looking at how this shakes out, Marat has 18 seconds over second place. The question is what are the lap time differences, and are there enough laps left for anyone to catch him?
And Dr. Nafi also trying to replace P-Boy, but they are not the same.
The van makes a pit stop very late in the race.
But it was planned.
Yeah.
Unplanned was the pit of Metamar 2. Maybe I have to change the tires.
Yeah, Matt Amadou should be way the rankings, and but he's running in 30th position. I don't quite understand how he got there.
Anyways, since Howler Automobile and Bob Wire are a bit faster than Merat. Problem is, they're not fast enough to recover 17 seconds of gap in 13 laps.
Yeah, we did see a driver error out of Merat late last race. That could also happen here.
It could happen, yes.
Yeah,
But the question
17
is-
seconds are a lot.
How high is the chance for that to happen?
It looks like Merat just got it right again with the pit strategy. And no one can catch him even without rain to interfere.
Well, this race was actually quite good for everyone because there was no rain. No rain interference.
Well, this is not good for me. My cars run better on rain, so for me it's not good, but
Or for cars who crashed out very early on, like myself. Pretty big driver error out of fail right there. Right by
no,
Howler
but
Automotive too.
we always have to remember that Merat have a not very reliable engine. It's really extreme
Do you want to
compared with
jinx
the
him?
others. No, really. I was just, yeah. This is probably the main concern of Merat in first place. I mean, it's more concern the engine than the chance that the driver makes a mistake.
But
Well, so far the engines that have blown up have been much more reliable than Merat's 19.1, and he's trucking along to what could be a second victory.
I think Marat has the luck of him of his engine not having to rev as high as it can, because his engine has a rev line of 7,900 RPM, while his peak power is just at 7,300. So it could be that the driver just shifts at 7.4, 7.5, and doesn't use all of the revs, and
Does it
maybe
really
kill.
It's simulated in the robot?
No.
No. Okay. And it started to rain. No, not really.
It did? maybe. Oh, you mean the tears?
Oh, there was
of,
cloud earlier on, but
you mean the tears of the P-boy driver, right?
yeah.
And every crew chief listening to the broadcast just lost their mind for a half second.
So, stable gap between Merat and Howler Automotive. So, Merat in the first place, in second place, Howler Automotive. Third place for the Bob Wiley that also is not able to close the gap with Howler Automotive. Fourth place, we have Leo. Fifth place for Jordan. Sixth place for Matty. Then Absolutist, Mr. Chips, Racer 11, and Frankenstein. If nothing really changed if there is no particular surprise, probably this will be the final standings at the end of the race.
And I will stop the auto scroll now for the last 8 laps.
And the gap's not exactly stable between Merat and Howler Automotive. It is shrinking. There's just not going to be enough laps to make a difference.
Could be. Howler Automotive is just 0.6 seconds faster, but he has a 13-second gap. So that won't help him a lot. Of course, unless Merat makes a driver error or Howler Automotive finds the button for nitrous injection.
You know what would be nice right now? A safety car.
It would help him a lot.
Yes. Probably it's
It would-
not going to good for Merat because he's running a little bit slower than the others. But it will be a very, very fierce fight between Howler Automotive, Bob Wiley, and Leo.
Well, it looks like the Bob Wiley is faster out of the gate, but I think Howler Automotive has faster sustained speeds. Their lap times keep switching back and forth who's faster. So it all depends on who's going to get the jump out of the gate if we ever did get a safety car here.
I guess the only chance of safety car was P-Boy, but P-Boy is already out.
Agnew.
He went out before P-Boy.
Oh, damn it.
A lot of crashes this race. Quite a few cars in the junkyard after the third race
A
of the
lot
BRC.
of fender benders as well. So we have Norman Vauxhall, you're in 24th again.
Yes.
You went up a bit from, I think, 30-ish. Behind you is Squidded and Microwave. Then we have at the leading top 20,
Probably.
it's Reason, Bales, Mackenzie battling for 19th place.
Even if there are 2 seconds, 3 seconds gap. Reese is keeping distance.
There's a battle going on back in 31st. Deus Ex Machina and Genjaft are back and forth for that position. They're right on top of each other.
Fail is pitting, so probably...
With 1.5
Some
kilos
persons-
left.
Yeah, so I think some people will gain a position.
Roller Coaster making a stop too.
Well, he's making his
Getting
usual
another
stop.
50 kilos for a few laps.
Just for 3 laps! He takes 50
he's
kilos!
3 laps down. Just in case all of
No, I
the
think
other
he's
cars are
changing
crashing out, he has to do
tires.
6 laps.
Damn.
Well, there's 3 to go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Power Automotive has the gap down to 11.8 seconds.
But he won't be able to catch up even if in the last 3 laps, even if Murat makes the error. I think it could be quite
Well,
hard.
depending
now.
on the size of the error.
Yeah, it depends, but I think even a big one could not hit him enough. But I would also say it
Just
depends.
drive straight into the wall.
It depends also in which part of the track the driver error happens, I think.
Yeah.
If it happens in the corners, then Marat has to inch out of the corner with super slow speeds.
Yeah, the gap's too big and there's just not enough time left. 2 to go. Bob Wiley doesn't look like he's going to
But
have
we
anything
also
for Haller
will,
Automotive.
we will have a battle for 5th place between Matty and Absurdist. Matty and
Absurdist is in
Jordan.
pits.
Pit.
Yeah, I just looked at the wrong names.
So this pit.
Absurdist is pitting.
That's
Flash of fuel and
quite
back.
late.
Yeah.
And got their calculations just that little bit wrong. It's going to cost them.
Yeah, probably it's going to cost someone's job. Yeah, for sure.
And we're in the last lap now.
White flag is out.
White flag now.
That's making his way onto the back stretch. He's in a pack of lap traffic, but that shouldn't be too much bother for him. He's got a solid 10 seconds back to Haller Automotive as they go into the last hairpin.
And the engine blow out.
Approaching the last straight bit and
Second flight.
across the line. Marat is
Marat
in
wins
first
his
place.
second race in a row. Haller Automotive in second.
Whoa! I overtaken in the last lap.
Bob Wiley in third.
I just overtaken right in front of the...
And Leo will come into 4th place now.
He comes down the home stretch and takes the checkered flag. That's all of your lead lap cars. Everyone else is basically finished. There's a couple of stragglers coming behind. 4 cars finish the third race of the BRC on the lead lap.
Just 4 cars.
Amazing.
Very
And
interesting race.
unexpected.
It was actually more interesting than I thought. Okay, first thing I do is save the race. As usual.
Anyway, I hope for the North Lap you don't have the full lap to show before race.
Yeah, we'll show out onboard camera lap, of course. It will just take 3 hours. So, the standings of the third race of the Bavarian Racing Challenge 1976. We have on first place Marat, right behind we have Howler Automotive, on third place the Bob Wiley, on fourth place Leo 9613.
In fifth, you have Air Jordan. Sixth, Maddie. Seventh, Mr. Chips. Eighth, RC Racer. 11th. Ninth is Absurdist. And 10th, Frankenstein rounds out the top.
On 11th place, we have CW Rules, 12th place for Popster, 13th for Stenson, 14th for Derbayer, 15th for Taekwondo, and 16th for Cool K. Wow.
So, this was the top 16 standings. I would say it's an interesting race. We have you, for example, Andrea, you're still in the top 30, so you still get some points. As does, like, I think for the first time, Roller Coaster gets some points.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, he's getting points.
He scored some points in the qualifying.
Yes, he did.
For the first race.
I'm not getting any points because I'm one position
Yeah,
behind.
Jen Jeff actually passed you with about 2 to go. He had made a late race push. He came from 32nd. He passed Deus Ex Machina, and then you back to back.
He went really, really fast, I have to say, in the end of the race.
Cobalt Girl kind of pulls in there in 38th after her accident.
Still a decent performance from her.
Yeah,
38.
top 40 day.
So let's see the amount of pit stops made. Yeah.
Roller Coaster is on top, but not alone this time.
Yeah, because someone made so many crashes. This pit crew must be so pissed.
Well, we have some attention ladies at the top. 7 and 7 pit stop.
Interesting thing is, Marat is just had 2 pit stops.
Yeah, one at third and one at the
Number of
30%
leading
and
laps
60%.
were, of course, all made by Marat in the end. But also Trollacos in the beginning had a lot of luck. But the luck was not enough for him. Fuel
Wow.
consumption, we don't have to talk about this, right? 511 kilos.
Half ton of fuel.
That's just amazing.
Half a ton of...
I think there
petrol.
should be some kind of rules that outlaws cars that are so inefficient for environmental reasons. Start to create some environmental change. Only the car from Roller Coaster.
Marat having quite a decent amount of fuel consumption, 138 kilos on the whole race. It's actually really close to your car, to your diesel car.
Efficiency is certainly winning out here.
Efficiency makes a big difference in the whole race of the BRC. Of course, Kyle, your car takes the least amount of fuel.
Well, it only ran 3 laps.
Well, you have saved the environment.
Yeah, we'll take it with us. We'll sell it to Troller Coaster. That's how our team's going to make money from this race, because we're not taking any winnings, finishing second to last.
The position changes per lap, and it's very messy, I would say.
As usual.
I think more interesting is the gap.
Yep.
Well,
Could you switch back to the position?
Yes.
Just look at Roller Coaster going down at his first pit stop, and then going up after the safety car.
yeah, because the safety car was here,
Yeah.
he went down, safety car
And
was
then-
done, boom, up.
But he just
then,
couldn't stay there.
And then there was the second safety car, I think, around here. And then
I
he
think
went
it
up
was a
for
bit earlier.
He went, yeah, but he went on first place for the third time very shortly. Then was banned from there by Leo, and then everything was going to mix. The gap graph is
You can follow all the pit stop.
if
Look
you
at
follow-
Leo. Stop and stop and stop.
You can actually see stop, catch up, stop, and slowly catch it up. You can see how all the people did catch up to Marat, but not fast enough.
Yeah, Haller Automotive and the Bob Wiley were closing in. Wow.
Holy crap!
475. I think the pit people in pit crew of people need some kind of international recognition, something like that.
He basically wrecked 4 cars.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, he wrecked the equivalent of 4 cars in this whole race. And the amount of times spent in the pits actually quite similar between people and roller coaster.
Wow. Damage versus fuel.
Yes.
Also, I cannot see Marat. Yeah, I can see he's in 31st place.
In the pits for a whole 37 seconds. And then the 3 cars that wrecked early.
Tire
Microwave! Wait.
Microwave.
Microwave! With his pickup, right?
Yes.
16.5 seconds. He made 1 stop.
He made 1 stop to take new tires and a bit of fuel. Because his fuel consumption, if you take back a look at this graph, is under 100 kilos.
Oh.
So he just went into the pits, tires, fuel, done. Once. Which ultimately also cost him some time because he ran with pretty worn out tires.
I think Richard 117 might have gone for a 1-stop race, and he did decently well. I think he was in the top 20. Maybe the top 30.
But let's look at tire wear.
I can't believe it. The roller coaster
Almost.
was beaten by
Almost. Talking about tire wear, we have microwave with 90% tire wear. Or 90 tire wear. That means he ran 2 sets of tires with around 45% each.
Wow.
This is almost AKMO level.
What about the others?
But a Microwave didn't pit at halfway, though. I think he pit at the 2/3 or 3/4 mark,
Yep.
so one of his tires were really worn out.
In the end, his tires were worn out. He had a really nice race up to his first pit stop, and after his first pit stop, the race also went quite well for him until the tire wear kicked in. Also, Marat with 91% tire wear, but he went with a 2-stop strategy. That's helped him a lot.
Their buyer really low on those ranks.
Yep, as is Air Jordan with his sport tires and the Diesel.
Yep.
Then let's take a look at Rav's, this very useful graph data.
Tolle.
These are just numbers for me.
Yeah.
But now amount of 31 errors.
31!
World record, really.
Will he win some award like most errors in per race?
Or the only car banned after.
That's a record I hope we never see broken.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Agnew,
31.
9 errors, and the rest 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1, 1, 1, 1, and 0. Actually, if you look at it, not a lot of people made errors in this race. Just him making all of them.
For all the others drivers, just
Compensation. Maybe they paid him. And
31 errors.
now
God.
comes the stat where we will say, yeah, we expected that.
wow.
He had a fast car.
But look at Marat. Even if he have a natural aspirated car, it's fast as the turbo monsters.
Yeah, and looking at it, Holler Automotive was 6 kilometers faster in top speed, but couldn't beat Marat at all.
Corners. You had to make it through those hairpins.
Yep.
Looks like just about everybody broke the 200 mark here.
You would
I
say
spoke
so.
too soon.
The van only drove 198.
I think P-Boy has got the slowest car.
No, I cannot scroll far down. P-Boy actually was quite fast.
Oh,
He was running
wow.
actually really fast.
I thought he had a weak car.
And
Now for the best lap.
Best lap.
Of course.
We expected that. But actually, he was, looking at the top speed, he was 40 kilometers faster than the Bavarian Howler Automotive, but just 1.5 seconds faster.
Well, if we ever go to that, what is that track called? Special Stage, whatever. I think Leo brought this up, or was it
Special Stage
Andrea?
Route 33 thing.
Whatever, just straight line, turn around, straight line. Yeah, if we ever go there, Roller Coaster wins hands down by about 7 laps. But
I don't think so actually. I don't think so. He just go one straight, check straight, pit. One straight, go, and repeat. I don't think he would win that.
Well, he could storm off in the straights a lot, then has to pit. I think it could work out if he can catch up 20 seconds in the straights.
40 kilometers an hour faster, definitely a possibility.
Probably. But we are running quite similar lap times throughout the board. Except of course down here it's actually starting to get really slow. Okay, now let's take a look at the standings after Norisring. And
Howler
we
Automotive
have-
still in the lead. Wow.
Yeah, Howler is still in the lead by just 5 points, which means that Mr. Marat can take on him in Hockenheim.
Well, now look at that. Howler Automotive's qualifying certainly helped him out there. He got 2 extra points. So Marat really only gained 2 points by winning the race over Howler Automotive, who finished second and qualified second.
If you remove the qualification points, Merat will be first.
Yes.
By 1 point.
By 1 point, yes.
By just 1 point. Which could be interesting. What happens in Hockenheim? That could be an interesting event for both.
I'm very curious also because it's the only really wet race, and as you can see by the diesel performance, the more the race is wet, the better the car go.
Yeah, in the Betonschleife, the wetness stopped after 50%. You made 23 points. In deep holes where it's picked up the rain in the middle of the race, you were not so fast.
It's going to be a headache for all the turbo cars.
Yes. Which will be like Roller Coaster having issues with getting grip. It will be P-Boy making a million errors.
But also, Hockenheim 70, it's quite fast track. There are not very much corners, just bended straight mostly. So the very fast car maybe could also have a chance. So I really don't know what to think about.
Yep. But looking at the other people, Air Jordan is running very consistent. Very consistent.
It's just a shame, though, because he's still down by 30 points.
Everything can change. We have still 5 races to go, in which everything can change. Then also
shouldn't Leo be in 3rd place in case of even points?
Technically, yes.
Basically is 3rd, yeah.
Okay.
It could.
It goes for Lord Red in 2021st. Lots of
Yeah, Lord Red had a nice 1st and 2nd race, but a really crappy 3rd race.
You could say the same for Critical Set, up in 9th.
Same for me.
I don't even want to know how far I dropped down after the wrecking on the first lap.
It could be an interesting season. Everything is still open. Nothing is set in stone yet.
Not like in '66 where one car win all the races and like nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Look at Marat. He's been doing very well for the last 2 races.
Roller Coaster is in 33rd place. Yay! He's doing something.
He got 7
Something.
points today.
Even Microwave is now in the top 37. With his first points of the season. As does Henry GT5 have his first points of this season.
Only GT5 is running with the not defender body. Quite an unusual choice.
Yes, and still getting in 2 points. That's an amazing performance.
Taking more points than you in this race. Looks odd.
Now this graph. This is actually not so unreadable. You see that Marat has a chance.
I do wonder where Critical Set would have been if he didn't wreck this race, because you can see his
Yes.
line was on par to be what looks like 3rd there, and just
Yeah, he was third last.
He had, if you look at it, he had chance to go in 3rd, but dropped to 9th place. That's a lot.
yeah. Because if he picked up 30 points or maybe even 25, he would have been among 3rd and 4th. So
Yep.
today was a rough day for that team.
It was very. But
So
what can we do?
Next race will be Hockenheim. And
Next race will be in Hockenheim, and let's see what it's about. This will be the next race, scheduled at some point in this year. And we know this track from a couple of months ago in the Endurance Racing Challenge.
True.
So we actually know
That's
this track
6+
quite
hour
good.
race.
Yes, a very long race.
Which was won by pretty much the same car as I'm running right now.
Could be good for you because you could have a chance in this race then.
It's just too thirsty. It won't do well.
And it's
I remember-
pretty wet this time.
Yes, it's
Yeah, true.
only raining now. We will see what this track will bring us. Maybe it will bring us a new mix of leaders. Maybe Troller Coaster will crash finally out and never finish a race.
Maybe Murat would. I don't say anything. It's not fair.
We will see what happens. I think it could be an interesting race. It will be a lot of difference here because also of the rain. It will have a lot of cars not having their performance that is supposed to be. Also a lot of less fuel consumption because of all the rain.
Maybe I could do no stop at all this time.
Could be, but it's
No,
90
it's
minutes of
impossible.
race. It's impossible probably.
No.
But
Way
I
too
think,
much on throttle time.
For real.
I think that's all for this evening.
Thanks for joining, folks.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the commentary.
And thank
Pleasure
you
as always.
everybody
Thank you.
for being here.
As always, thank you, Martin, for making the Brobot real.
Yeah, thank you for watching and streaming.
On this bombshell, it is time to end.
Thank you very
everybody.
much for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Till next time.